Like, I was like, are you really not having removal on first 2 turns? We actually cannot discard. Yeah, I'm like, wait, but can discard those cards, and I'm like, what is going on? Well, now we know. We kind of have to kill this, unfortunately, I think. Otherwise, they take the bat. But if they take the bat, we could hit it. The problem is, if we remove this, then Liliana takes over the game. They don't have a land. I need to risk it. I actually need to risk it. Which means that we chill. We both got mana screwed, and I'm sure our opponent will not get the land. Alright, this is huge. Okay, so we are both completely mana screwed. It's interesting that our opponent did not even try to go for the bat. Not sure if that's the right call, but in this situation it worked in their favor. Alright. Okay. Now we can get back... Well, whatever we play, it dies instantly, right? They have chorus, so they need to take turn off. Okay, let's go Bronco. Because then if we hit a land, we should really start hitting land soon. We can go for 3-drop and instantly saddle it. Guys, a lot of creatures will die forever in this game. Alright, a tap land, so still painful, but you know what? At this point we will take it. Alright, what do we want to hit? They absolutely want Lily. This is their best bet. Stab is pretty good for the bat, so we could also target higher great removal. So you can still stab and force them to use one of the good ones, but if they draw Swamp, play Liliana, we lose the game. I will play into them drawing land, because I think it might happen on this turn. See? But man, they wouldn't have double black. So I hit with the land, but not the right one. So unfortunate. But this is fine, guys. This is fine. So we could go with Revenant already. That means we can start life gaining on the next turn and putting some counters. But I think we go Fenrir, because then we can get this to 2 power and then pump the bat. I think this is the play. We absolutely need a ton of black mana. And let's attack. It won't be easy. I'm not sure if we can win. But we will try our best. Stop, alright. That means they probably cannot make another play. And I think I have to tank it. This one last turn. They will play removal on Jenova probably. But I think it's still good. The other play is Siege. No, we play this. We get the counter because we sequenced it like a true champion. And now this is a 5-4 and now it can block. At least for 1 turn. We will draw a card as well, so we should hit the 5th land. So we are recovering as well. Man, this game is so massive for both of us. Both of us got mana screwed, and I'm getting my lands from Fenrir basically. This hurts, but it cost them the turn. And they cannot attack. See, that's the 5th land. But I guess we didn't draw the card. It's fine. Okay, do we go with Great? I'm pretty low here, so I think we just play Revenant into potentially go for the Frost, because when this hits, we should win the game. I think that's the play, right? I can even kill this for the card though. I don't think we will do it, but it's an option. So if they play Lily... Man, if they double block, what happens? Then we kill one of them and we get free board? And then Lily doesn't work? Okay, so this is good. However, if they don't block, what happens then? They can swing, we're at 7. I guess we can defend. They cannot target with this, right? Honestly, this could be a good play. We're only getting 2 damage though. Okay, 2 damage is just not worth it. So we could attack, this could be a good decision, but it has some drawbacks and we actually don't gain really anything. Like 2 damage doesn't matter. We need to hit with Revenant and then like we will get everything. That's fine. Man, this is so good. They basically wasted the full turn. Let's go for... Guys, I think we actually are recovering like a champ. I think we're ahead in this game super hard right now. So we got all the mana cores. Let's go for black. We can play removal if we want. I wonder if they will take it. Let's see if they attack. Yeah, I think they cannot really attack, and they probably will try to go white board. Alright, we could go for the throat, and I think this is the best case. They did not go for this, so let's get rid of Conscript. Because this can block and gets back. It's also a card, so it triggers corpses on the next turns. Okay, now we are doing stuff, man. Oh my, look at this. Look at this synergy. You will absolutely love this. So we go for the Greatsword. We go for the Siege. Man, this will be so good. Attacking yeah. We just need all the counters. Now we equip this. Oh my god, I should go for Jenova. Sorry, but I'm a little bit too excited, but it's fine. It's 10-7, should be good enough. Sorry, 11-8. So you put the counters here and then you get the stuff. So then both creatures get pumped, but it's fine. We're at 15, our opponent is at 5. We sacrifice this guy. Here we go. You want a sacrifice? That's your sacrifice. They need to target it. And they cannot. They can. Man, this synergy actually won us the game. It's working exactly as I designed it, man. I'm so proud of this. Even with a little bit of a mess up. Alright? And our creatures are just simply stronger. And we get numbered Mythic. Nice. Our opponent going strong with otters, red stuff, more red stuff, and some blue stuff to pump the red stuff. And we actually have attacking otter. I think I will chill with one turn because they left the mana. That usually means, you know, some Monstrous Rage. And we can do it way better on the next turn. We're a little bit, you know, low on mana. We will have probably Tapland on one of the first turns. But I think now we can go with the Verge. Well, we need double black mana, so maybe we just go with Cottage on this turn. I don't really expect to play... Well, we could go bad, but I don't think it's worth it. I think we just chill. Now it will be very hard for them to attack. And Cecil, as always, gatekeeping us from all this aggro madness. This card is such a problem for them. Not only because of the Death Touch, but also that toughness is 3. Now, suddenly they cannot trade 1-drop, so Burst Lightning, into our 1-drop, so Cecil. They actually need to over-invest to answer this, and this deck is all about tempo, so they don't really want to do it. They are going for the Opt. I could try to hit it now, to force double pump. I will take a risk. I really hope they don't have another pump spell like Sleight of Hand, because that will make it awkward. You really want to target it when they're at 1-1, but they are so efficient with the mana that I don't think it will be great. So I will probably go Cecil, block, and then we see how they pump. Because I have another Cecil, so on the next turn if this dies I can replay it, and it might be the best deal. Our opponent is like, well, this guy wants to flip Cecil, I will just help him. Let's see the requirement. Oh, 10 life or less. I will just attack his face, so he's happy about it. This is exactly what is going on. And our opponent kinda bricked here. And see, this is why we didn't cast Stab earlier. So now they got okay deal, but they only deal 3 damage on their big turn. Not exactly what they are, trying to do. And now we can replace Cecil. We could even go for the Batman. That lifelink is huge, especially that we want to go for Jenova. But Sloth, how are you so good at saying those names? Well, probably because I literally watched the video how to pronounce Jenova name. Man, I'm doing research, alright? We care about quality on this channel. I kid you not, there's literally like video with pronunciation guide on all the characters in English and Japanese. So yeah, just a Final Fantasy Pro. I was playing so much Final Fantasy like 7 and 8. I got most of the secrets and all the stuff, but I kinda fall off, at 9 and higher, so I don't know all the new characters. But I can give you all the lore. But I still don't understand like Jenova fully. Like this, should I say spoiler alert? It was like 15-20 years. I think you should. Man, I'm conflicted. You can tell me in the comments if that's spoiler alert. So basically this is like an alien that I think it came into planet and somehow you know what, when I'm trying to explain it, I actually don't know exactly what was going on there. Like, I need to read it now. because I went through the full game, I finished it, I know how it ends, and I still don't understand what exactly this was. I think this was like alien organism, and then Sephiroth found it and started do the bidding, but I don't understand why exactly and stuff like this. Man, this is just average. But our opponent has 2 cards, and one of them is Towards the Tower in second round. Man, I can give you the whole lore dump before this guy plays a 1-drop. I just realized, man, I'm in a complete different world right now, just telling you stories. Man, I have so much backstory on some of those cards. You will love it. I'm happy. Finally, they have no cards, so that means that the turn might be a little bit faster from now on. Alright, so what can we do? We're gonna go Cecil, Bat into Stop. That should be pretty good. What they take from the graveyard. Opt or Torch the Tower, it will cost them the turn. This is a tap land. So now we have kinda everything. Cecil. I guess the Bat doesn't hit anything, but I think it's still best. Do we go for... Man, if they draw 1 card, I think it's safe to wait. Because I think there's no draw that can make us whiff on Stab. And tell me if you want more lore, right? The quality lore when I say that, I don't understand. Man, this game is like, every time they were like explaining something weird, it was like, it's just returning to the planet, and you are like, oh, thanks. I should know what it means. And yeah, this was an interesting game. Like, it was Final Fantasy VII, right? So they're going for this. We don't really need to analyze the game plan. Like, our opponent has a land, gets back 1/1-drop, and that's kinda it. So they're going for the opt. They play the land, so that's full turn. They cannot really attack, honestly. And now we will go for the crazy plays that we are here for. And you will see the full Jenova power. It's only 1 counter, but believe me, it will stack very quickly. And we also get the flip on Cecil. No way. If we attack with both, we actually don't flip. No, we can order the triggers. We can actually order the triggers, right? I think. Bro, do I not have triggering? You can... I'm not sure. I thought you can stack those triggers, so this triggers first, when you have 9 life, and then this lifelinks. But I guess lifelink is not a trigger, so maybe that's the reason. Okay, an interesting interaction. Our opponent is back to 4 cards somehow, and the game is on. You thought that aggro deck has no cards after 15? Well, that's not correct. They are just starting their control redemption arc. Oh my god. And now they have more than 1 card in their hand. It can take years for the play. It can actually take years. Should I summarize you the whole story of Final Fantasy VIII in this time? Final Fantasy VIII was like a little bit... Like, I remember the times when those... this sounds weird. When those games were fresh, and the Final Fantasy VII was like the big thing, everyone loved it, and Final Fantasy VIII was like, it's a little bit worse one, it's fine, they have new concepts, but it's like, not exactly on the same level. Our opponent on single point of mana, possibilities literally endless. You can basically leave the game, go, I don't know, get to Mythic in drafting, and then came back and they are still here, just, 1 red point of mana. Maybe I cast a spell, maybe I don't. Am I too mean? I kind of think it's funny. So how do we go about it? We'll just keep stacking the bat, I think. They might kill us with haste, so we need to be careful. You know what? I think we hit like this. I will count lethal. Okay. So they probably have Burst Lightning on the bat. They should wait until we put the counter. Okay. So they actually I think, man, if they're thinking so much and they still brick, that's kind of funny. So we can get the same life gain with this on this turn, and better on the future turns, because you lose 1 more life, but you also life gain more life. Unless they play 6-shot, in that case you lose 1 more life. So I think we go like this, at least on this turn. We attack with this, and this could be a blocker, because they need to kill us very quickly. I think this is the best, because once Cecil flips, it will be very easy. Into the Floodmaw is probably the best, right? If they want to bounce something. Torch the Towers are also pretty decent. And they cannot hit our stuff, so let's go for this. I think this is their best play. And remember, when you lower their place, it also reduces the time that they think. So you get basically a 2-for-1 deal. Alright, is it Final Fantasy IX time? Because our opponent has 3 cards? Right. So, yeah, like, some of the cards are like such interesting references to like Final Fantasy VIII. When you have this blue card that draws 3 cards, the Forgotten Memories or something, it's actually because they were junctioned with the summons, those guardians that you see like Infrit, Fenrir and stuff. And okay, is that spoiler alert? If you want to play the game, you probably need to mute the video. But basically they realized at some time that they are forgetting the memories. So they got all the powers from those summons that interact with them, but at the cost of actually losing their memories. And there was a scene in Orphanage, I remember, and that is exactly a reference on this blue card for 4 mana, I believe. So we go for this. I mean, we are still here, bro. Let's go like this. This has lifelink, so way better. And this is what? They need to block one of them. They have Cory, so we actually need to block soon. We have 2 mana, so we can remove one of the cards only. I will make sure that they cannot bounce anything. Damage isn't as good because it only deals 3 damage, so it doesn't kill any of our creatures. This is a force block, so Otter will block probably Cecil. We get to 14, whatever. And then we are left with 1 Go for the Throat and 1 Jenova. Man, what? What a game. If we hit like Greatsword or something, that would be even better because we instantly can scale it. Alright, and the last card, probably Draw Engine like Stock Up or Slate of Hand or yeah, exactly. And as you can see, the infinite chain of value for an aggro deck commences. Already 4 cards ahead of us. Why not? So they want to hit Stock Up. In case they do, they can also refill their hand and go for like full next turn, and they will use all the mana then. If they whiff here, the chain is broken and they become a normal deck. A little bit, because, you know, they still can get talents and stuff like this. So the value will generally never stop, but it can be slower. Oh my god, they actually got all of this. That's scary. But is that the right play? I think they should block Jenova. Like right now they are kinda dead. They can block 1 creature, we have 2 attackers, and we kill 1 at dance. I think they really break this game, man. They're thinking like absolute forever. Like you can literally write and read a book in the time they play. And I think they will still lose because like they're not getting through this. Why would you not bounce it? Like they need to go for 1 final swing with all of the cards. And this is 4 mana, so super expensive. Right now they cannot really attack because they don't accomplish anything. Alright. So this will be back to 2-2. We want to activate the cottage. And see, they realize that this play just doesn't win them. Alright. I hope you enjoyed the lore. Alright, let's go through this one. We don't expect to remove a bat on the next turn. Right, it will not happen. So honestly, this deck has so many synergies. With like Jenova being able to get pumped. Bro, I knew it. I freaking knew it. They always have it. They should take Go for the Throat to force us... No. They should take the stab to force Go for the Throat. This is the right play. But this deck has so many like synergies. Fenrir pumps Jenova and it also draws cards later. So Jenova can pump this in between. Like, you have tons of those synergies, man. Our opponent did the right thing. So we chill, we don't want to waste Go for the Throat on this unless we have to. Our opponent is baiting hard. And you also have those Greatswords that can pump basically everything and get insane value. Okay, see? That's why we didn't play it. And now we can go for Fenrir. This will probably die instantly, that's my guess. But we still get the land, so I'm pretty happy about it. This is a good solid 2-for-1, man. Yep, they're already touching the removal. Here you go. But we still get the value. That's why I like the card so much. Let's take it. Yeah, and we can also draw cards by putting those counters with the siege, so there are so many synergies here. They know about Shelly, they don't know about Revenant. Usually every card they know about is instantly removed. Do I care about it? I could try to bait removal. The Shelly will die. So I think we go with this. The reason for this play is that it's a very bad play, but it has one upside. If our opponent removes this. If not, you know, it's a bait. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bait. Because I have a little bit too many lands, so I can start losing them and it's not a big deal. However, removal is incredibly important for them. If they whiff on last removal, they lose the game. Okay, so that was really good. This was exactly what I wanted from them. Let's see what the next plays are. The bat is not super meaningful. Alright, they will take go for the throat here. So they know that they are losing bat moment. So now we don't need to bluff anymore. Like, everyone knows exactly, you know, who is where. Bat from the top is interesting. However, it will cost us full turn if we go for it. But we can steal the last card. Honestly, last card can be all the difference. I'm going for this play. I'm actually going for this play. Usually the last card is the best. Not this time though. Not this time. Well, that... Yep. I wanted to go for this one. Alright. So this was a full whiff. Of course, if I knew about it, I would never play it. But we did not know about it, so I played it. We don't need to do anything here. No blocks. We take damage. And with Revenant, we can actually tank this. Let's kill the bat. Just makes it easier. We also see priority. So that was a very awkward turn, but right now that means we can go for... So this is better for blocking, this is better for racing. We absolutely will attack, so we can do it now. Okay. So this is not a removal. Shelly is better. We want to raise them as soon as possible. Because we have go for the throat, so we can just kill it normally, and we don't need Revenant for this. No way they actually drew it instantly. Like, they should have at least 2-3 turns without removal right now. And this is kind of what I'm hoping for, and in this time I should do enough damage. They have something, so I think it might be stab or cut down, because they have something, but it cannot kill Shelly, because they would do it if they could. So I think this has to be some conditional removal that doesn't meet condition on Shelly. Could be nowhere to run as well. Okay, with this, I think we're absolutely golden. Alright, we swing. We still build the board, so for now we are not activating the cottage. See? I knew it. I knew it. Man, we read them like a book. Damage. I think that should be game. They really shouldn't draw the answer to Shelly so quickly. And we can use this later to get something cool back. Can we do it at instant speed? Oh, it's two hand, sure. I was already trying to discard my opponent's cards with Bat at the upkeep, you know? Alright, so this might be close to the last draw. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. So they need to keep attacking, but they cannot, so that's awkward. We will go for the throat. This way we make sure that we can kill them faster, because we will have open mana. And with stab they actually cannot trade against anything. Bro. Come on, this is way too good, man. Greatsword? I actually like this card, man. Like, it does so much in this deck that is crazy. And the fact that you regain all the life instantly is just so good. It's basically like free equip, fully free equip. Because you deal 3 extra damage. Yep, here you go. So our opponent will try to kill us with a single strike with Bloodletter, and with stab I don't think it will work. And they're dying on the next turn to 3 different sources, Shelly, Revenant, and Cottage. So they cannot survive, like the game is over. Man, this was so good, it increases the... Yeah, they hit it! Man, that was really close already. And we can get... Man, this is so good. Like, we can get Sheoldred to get flank and, you know, lifelink. We need to. Guys, we need to. 0 damage. We're doing just fine, you know? Oh boy, you know you need those stabs. Let's go instantly. Like, you really want to, you know, do this early, because if they have Shard Mage Rescue, this will be a 3-3 and your stab will fizzle and you will lose the game. So you actually cannot afford it. Alright, this is interesting. We go for the Verge. Do we go with the Bat here? Obviously they want to play a creature targeted with this. They might probably save it. So I honestly think Bat might actually be safer way. Especially that we have a blocker. We need to interrupt something. Oh man. They literally need to top deck a creature. If that's a... Okay, so Scavenger with this will get 3-3. Oh man. Feather of Flight is really good, but I think we go for this. Yeah, for future. Right now I think this is better choice because it draws more cards. This draw will decide the game. If that's not a creature, they are whiffing, and they actually don't have too many creatures. Look, 1 stab, what a difference it made. Let's go for this one, because we need double black. Let's go Revenant. Show them how it's hard to go through you. This card is so good. Also, we can pump it with... Yep, see? Moment they don't hit a creature, with a single draw, they instantly give up, man. Alright guys, let's go. I'm so excited for this one. I think we can go with Cecil into Insane Siege. Man, maybe you just go Bronco into the Greatsword. Man, this Greatsword, like the fact that you pay 0 mana for equipping is actually insane, because you can do stuff on curve with this. But yeah, I think we go with double 2-drop, because we might be missing mana. So how do we go about it? Man, maybe we just go with this. This will grow our creatures super hard, but then we don't have the follow-up. If we draw a land, it's better to go for Bronco. They cannot do anything on this turn. I think we go for this. I want to make sure that we get instant value. So let's swing. We also flip faster. I don't expect our opponent to be aggressive. By the way, Sephiroth against Cloud, the classic. Man, I'm watching way too many cinematics on this stuff lately. We actually hit the land. Okay, so now we can do so much on this turn. Let's see. Alright, so there is priority. So I expect to get lost on this turn. They should kinda know everything. However, this is an equipment, so they actually cannot kill this part at least. We create a creature. I'm not equipping because I expect removal. If I didn't see priority, I would absolutely equip this, flip Cecil, and probably win the game on the next turn. But here we just roll with it. A 4-5, so they cannot block. No way. They have something. Yep. Alright, that's it. We of course want 2 creatures, and you can see how insane levels of damage we have in this deck. If we are on... Bro, we already won. Our opponent played 2 lands. That's it. Well, this will be a very awkward game. We drew every single colorless land from the deck. You know what? I still think it should be fine. Let's go Cecil. Show that, man, this is actually a strategy. I'm dealing damage to myself because I'm calculating Cliff already with this flipping. Alright, we first attack. Feels like Omniscience. No. Omniscience doesn't play the coast. So this is actual control deck. And their turn 4 is literally the point of the whole deck, so they never play fast lands. At least in versions. In all the versions I have seen. So even though this will probably die, it will protect Cecil, because if they kill this, they cannot kill the other thing. And we'll also see... What? Bro, like, you make those calls and you know that it's... Nope. Nope. I think we have to go for the lockdown. They don't have a way to find the land, but I don't think there's any chance we can risk it. Dispersal is tempting, but then they will hit lockdown. Yeah, it's just the only choice that makes any sense. Even if they don't hit a land, it's still the better choice, because they will hit... Bro, I tell you, they all scoop like on turn 3. This is Sanity. Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm honestly so proud of this deck. When I made this deck, instantly I was like, man, this actually has so many synergies, especially the Greatsword with Jenova. It's just such a good synergy because you instantly get back the value that you lost by re-equipping, and with lifelink you also don't pay the life, so after one turn you have permanent value on 2 creatures instead of 1. So this synergy is wild, and we have so much to talk about it because I will tell you the full results, stuff like this, and how competitive the deck I think will be. But first, before we start, our absolute legend for today is none other than Blob Zombie, our great friend of the channel and absolute pun master. So, my friend, really thank you for always being awesome and spicing the comment section. I always try to match the puns, but man, it's hard to match this power. So really thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. This deck is for you. You got a really cool one. And with that being said, let's talk about all the synergies because we didn't have like every single one of them showcased. So of course Cecil can instantly start triggering the siege. That was one of the ideas, so you can start pumping it. Bat is absolutely amazing due to the lifelink because both Greatsword and Jenova can put counters on this. Even Fenrir on chapter 2 can, whenever you cast next creature spell, you put a counter. So this is just a the base for the super creature that you will build in the future. You can also put counters from the siege on this. So 4 bats, absolutely amazing. They also protect your big creatures against everything else. Bronco can trigger out of basically every bigger creature, except I guess Jenova, but you try to pump her, so at some point you probably can. So this is really good as well because all of your 3-drops are on curve triggering it. Greatsword is probably this is the big synergy card because you can instantly equip it. The secret of this card, and the only reason it's even considered, is that it's 0 mana equip. This is always a super powerful effect, and you can equip it on curve on turn 3 already. So you play this, and you leave the token, which is a nice 1/1, and you instantly equip the bat. So sure, on the first turn you are 0 on the life total, right? Because you paid 3 and you gained extra 3. However, on every single next turn you are ahead, and you also deal more damage on average. So this is already great synergy. You can also equip it on Jenova, of course. This means that you instantly get the same counters on the same creature, if you want, of course, that lost the Greatsword. So you instantly regain everything you got from re-equipping, and then every next turn is just you being ahead. With Revenant, you also can equip the Greatsword here. It has natural lifelink, so it's amazing target, especially with flying. It's very hard to, block it, because this doesn't give any toughness, so you actually usually don't want this creature to be blocked. So flying is absolutely godsend. With Fenrir, you can pump every creature, of course, and also you can draw cards, because you probably will have the biggest creature, and it also helps you ramp a little bit. It's not a ramp deck, but it still helps a little bit, and usually this dies before chapter 3, so you get full value and with extra cards and extra effects. Alright, so this was the start. And Cecil, of course, as always, this is one of the better shares for it because you actually want to be aggressive, and the flip also helps because you can pump the lifelink creature, the paladin part, with all the counters, and then you get more lifelink. So man, I'm so proud of this deck. Everything just perfectly matches here. However, that being said, and the results, you want to see the results, and here I need to make a bit of a disclaimer because I actually cannot check the stats fully. The tracker site is just not showing the decks, and they are aware and they are trying to fix it. So I actually manually counted the recordings, and I'm not 100% sure, alright? But as far as I know and everything I've checked, I think we went 6-0 with this deck, and we went from 97-98% into, I think, top 1100 or something like this in Mythic. So the numbered Mythic, pretty strong one. So yeah, this is the results. However, I think some of our opponents really scooped way too fast. I really think the game wasn't as over as they thought, so probably 2 of those wins shouldn't be wins, or at least they should be close games, and I honestly think I got a little bit lucky. However, the deck I think is solid. It probably won't be better than Mono Red. I mean, probably nothing will be, to be honest. Like, I've been checking meta stats and Monored is still the best deck right now. I might make a video about it. So, you know, if you're short on wildcards, this is probably not like the most competitive choice, but I think that this might be one of the best, if not the best strategy with Jenova. So if you want to use this card, this actually, you know, gives the purpose of this card, and I'm super proud of this idea. It should be a solid deck that probably can rank you up. We'll see. It's hard to say on small sample, but it feels decent. So, and you know what? I just realized that I didn't mention what could be changed. So, you know, if we are serious about the deck, I will tell you what I think are the weakest choices that maybe you can experiment with. I think Siege, while on paper it works nicely, it is a little bit too slow and it only gives +1/+1. You know, something that Monored, for example, gets every turn for free by just existing with 2 mice. So, I think this is probably something that could slow the deck down a little bit. I'm not super sure about the Bronco, even though the synergies are there. It's a 2/2, so it's a little bit painful. I think Eden is probably, you know, I want to experiment. This is extra value in the super late game, but not sure if it's worth for consistency. We're a 2-color deck, mostly black, so I think it should be okay, but if you play more games, maybe 1 Eden or just 0, because it's not like the big deal. You usually don't use it. And of course, the Greatsword is super synergy with the other stuff, but usually you play Slasher in this slot, so, you know, it's always a choice of those two. But I think Revenant is doing a nice job, and with the synergies, I think this probably fits better than Slasher, but Slasher is inherently alone a like way stronger card than the Greatsword, so only the synergies are protecting it against you know, a removal from the deck. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope you like it. If you enjoy this kind of review, don't forget to, you know, leave a like and subscribe. It shows me that you enjoy this type of videos. You like the idea of trying to make those new cool, you know, cards work, which is not easy in Monored meta. And yeah, I think we did a good job today. So I hope you like it, and thank you to all the patrons that allow this to happen, so we can experiment with the new Final Fantasy cards and you can get all the lore. If you enjoyed the lore, tell me in the comments. I want to know, alright? I poured my heart into those stories, and I have so much more. Like, bro, I have stories about Final Fantasy. So, thank you for watching as always, and see you guys tomorrow.